We heard a cry out in the universe.
My father's alive.
Ava DuVernay's A Wrinkle in Time received mixed reviews when the first batch of critics shared their takes on Wednesday. As of Thursday morning, the film had a 43% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Based on the children's novel of the same name, the story follows Meg Murray, played by Storm Reed, a smart young girl who is suffering after her father, aka Chris Pine, disappears. Three magical beings, Mindy Kaling's Mrs. Who, Reese Witherspoon's Mrs. What's-It, and Oprah Winfrey's Mrs. Which, shepherd Meg through space and time to stop an evil force from consuming the universe and help find her father. According to The Hollywood's chief film critic Todd McCarthy, the three Mrs. characters who change makeup and wardrobe styles incessantly are unequally balanced. Witherspoon has far more dialogue and screen time than the others and before long becomes annoyingly overbearing. Winfrey kind of floats through much of it, making banal pronouncements such as, "If we do not act soon, darkness will fall across the universe," and Kaling unfairly has little to say or do. The critic also says the intergalactic space explorations mostly feel rote, arbitrary rather than organic, and in the end, uninteresting. When in doubt, they always find another platitude. McCarthy's complaint became a common thread among critics, especially those who have read the book by Madeleine L'Engle. USA Today's Brian Truitt writes, L'Engle's source material is a sneakily deep novel for youngsters, and Jennifer Lee and Jeff Stockwell's screenplay doesn't do nearly enough with those themes of death, loss, and parents letting their children down. Instead, theirs is a patchwork adaptation with weak character development, a lack of narrative groove, and a haphazard finish. Vanity Fair critic Richard Lawson feels that the film has a distracted air, like someone telling you a halting story as they stare off into the distance thinking of something else. The New York Times' A.O. Scott, however, seems to be a fan of the movie overall, saying, "Fans of the book and admirers of Ms. DuVernay's work, I include myself in both groups, can breathe a sigh of relief, and some may also find that their breath has been taken away. Mine was once or twice, though I would describe the overall experience as satisfaction rather than awe." One thing all of the critics agree on, the film's message. Not only does A Wrinkle in Time promote diversity, but it also promotes self-confidence. There is something lovely about how A Wrinkle in Time is such a deeply sincere call for kids to see the value in themselves and others, Lawson writes in Vanity Fair. Scott Mendelson of Forbes notes that the movie is also the second time a woman of color has been given a $100 million plus budget after Jennifer Hugh Nelson's still awesome Kung Fu Panda 2. And NPR's Linda Holmes encourages us to leave our snark at the door when we walk into the theatre. What Ava DuVernay's adaptation of A Wrinkle in Time asks, she says, is that this cynicism be temporarily laid down so that you can, in fact, be deeply moved by wisdom delivered by a giant, glowing Oprah. If you do, it's a profoundly satisfying, imaginative, and beautiful film. A Wrinkle in Time opens on March 9th. So, are you excited to see Ava DuVernay's new film, and what's your feeling on the critics' takes? And if you've already seen the movie, leave us your review in the comments. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.